Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty the Crappy Crafter. So, I had some problems with my camera. I have two cameras. One of them is in the shop being repaired, and the other one, I changed some settings, and then I didn't stop to make sure that it was still working, so I recorded a whole session over the course of 2 days, and then found out that it was never saving to anywhere. The memory card, internal memory, nothing. So we're going to do Craft Kitsune a second time. Well, you're gonna watch me do it once. I'm gonna do it a second time. This is what I made the first time. It's a bracelet, and I made the beads, and she sent the bracelet thing. That's pretty cool. Here's the mold. It still has some resin on it. It actually has some resin on it that is bonded to it now and won't come off. So that leaves me a little leery for doing it a second time. But see, watch. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but can you see? It just don't come off. It's stuck on there good. So hopefully the cavities won't do that when I do it a second time. We'll be using some of this. We might be using some of this. You know, we probably won't use any of that. I already used all the little dried flowers that came with it. So I'm gonna have to do something else. I don't know. We'll see when we get into it. But, yeah. Just let's get into it. Well, let me say. The box came with mold, these pieces to decorate them, this gold bracelet thing to hold the beads. Oh, it came with these. I'll still be able to use these. But I have used up all of the flowers it came with. So we'll see what I'm gonna do this time. Let's actually get right into it. Okay, so in the original video that didn't actually save, I showed you everything that was in the box. I basically showed you everything that was in the box anyways. It was the mold and the stuff and glitter, which is really flake and stuff. But anyways, so we're using a 2-part epoxy resin from Let's Resin. And like I said the first time, I did use the resin that came in the kit the first time, but I made all of it and used it for other things because I'm dumb. Anyways, so mix your resin for at least 3 minutes, scraping the sides and the bottom the whole time. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Do lots of stirring. Stir gently. You don't want to introduce a lot of bubbles. Here I'm portioning it out. I'm going to do 3 colors of flakes. And I don't have any of the dried flowers left, so I can't use those. It's just going to be the flake. And this stuff is so fluffy. It's just so fluffy. It just gets everywhere, which I should have known because, you know, this stuff is basically just ripped up leaf, like gold leaf or silver leaf or whatever. And that stuff is super, super thin and just, it's very thin. It's very light. It's very fluffy. And that's okay. It's very pretty as well. I should try coating a mold in flake to see how well that works. I've seen other people do it, but I've never tried it myself. Stir the flake in good. Now we're going to pour it into the resin mold, the silicone mold. Getting it into that particular bead is kind of hard because there's not a very good opening to get the resin in there. But if you kind of pull the stick, the part that's going to make the hole through the bead, if you pull that to the side a little bit, you can kind of pour in on the side, and it works pretty well. These are really cute beads. I was very happy with them, and like I said, I've been looking to get a mold like this for a while now, so I was very excited to get this. Alright, make sure you squidgy the little butts to make sure there aren't any bubbles in there. Some of them are easier than others. Here's the bracelet cord and the beads that I originally made. I'm gonna say right now, I do like the new beads a lot better. The colors didn't, they were just on the first round. So I'm actually kind of happy I had to redo it. Alright, I'm gonna turn all of these just inside out and then pop the beads off afterwards. There's 3 set of molds that aren't going to turn inside out, those, because they're just too small and the foot to hold them level is too big, and I'm okay with that. I think they are super cute anyway. Just look at how cute all these are. The square ones that I'm not going to use because square, if other people like them, that's cool. I'm not big on square. I like those. I just like these beads. I really do. The only thing I don't like are the square ones, and that's just me. I don't have to use them. Alright, now it's time to put them all together, and I have to figure out how I'm going to do that. At first, I was just going to kind of randomly put them together, but then I decided to line them up so that I knew what I was working with. And that one, I put in a little bit too much resin, so I'm going to have to open up the hole with a knife. And the resin is still kind of soft. This particular resin is an 8-hour cure and a 8-hour demold, 24-hour cure. And it hadn't been 24 hours when I took it out, so they were still a little bit soft. But that's okay, it makes them easy to trim. Here we go, placing them. I do such a good job of making sure that I'm centered, don't I? So good. Such a good videographer. Or something. I really should have taken classes or something. And there it is, the finished piece. I really like this one. I like it better, much better than the first one I made. I like the pastelness of it. The first one was just too much darks. I like it. Thank you. Well, that worked really well. So here's the second bracelet I made. Because like I said, I did this once already with the resin that came with the kit, and I used all of the resin that came with the kit because I didn't realize how little this needed. This needs like 10 milliliters, 15 milliliters. I mean, I never make less than 20 milliliters when I'm mixing resin, so I had enough for this and enough for a couple of other things. But, yeah, so cute. And here's the beads I didn't use because I don't want big, square, sharp beads on my wrist. And I am going to wear this at least once. Oh, I like it. This kit worked really, really well. I was really happy with it. I will probably use it again. This will probably become one of my waste resin things, you know. Pop all of you guys back in there. But, yeah, I had fun. This was nice. It was fairly easy to do. You know, trying to get the resin into a couple of the different cavities was a little harder than some of the others. But, yeah. I had a good time. This was a good kit. I liked everything in it. And I found something that I hate more than glitter. Flakes. I hate flakes. They're pretty. They're pretty. But goodness gracious, oh, this shit's worse than glitter. But I love what it does. Look how pretty that is. Oh well. Anyway, so thank you for coming, and thank you for hanging out with me, and like and subscribe and all of that crap if you're feeling inclined to do so. And I'll see you next week. Until then, stay safe.